Hello YouTube, Edmard here with a Forza 5 E3 update. So today was the first day of E3, and in America this morning there was a Xbox conference, and within that conference was a Forza 5 sort of further look at Forza 5, and there were various things talked about. It was a very small presentation given to Forza 5, but today we have learned a lot more details. It's not just that presentation that we've learned stuff from. Dan Greenwald, who's the big boss guy at Turn10, he's usually the face that we see all the time. He's been talking to interviewers and all kinds of things throughout the day, and we've managed to learn a couple of new things about Forza 5 which I'm sure you'll be very interested to hear. And so I've accumulated everything that I've learned today about Forza 5, and I'm going to roll it all into this one video for you, and hopefully it'll be very informative and entertaining for you. So let's get started. First thing I'd like to talk about was the first thing that we found out, and that's this cloud-powered AI. Now, Xbox One has this new cloud feature, which is basically taking advantage of what they've already got, which is the cloud storage, and they're integrating lots and lots of new features into this cloud feature, and there's lots of games trying to make advantage of it. And Forza's way so far, the first thing that we found out that they're taking advantage of this cloud is the AI. Now they're saying that it's called a driver tar, which some of you Forza vets might recognise from Forza 1. I think it is a sort of idea from Forza 1, where I think in Forza 1, I didn't play Forza 1, but I think in Forza 1 the driver tar was something that you could have as like an AI for you that would race for you, and you could sort of train it and mould it a little bit. In Forza 2 and 3, we just saw this as like you could make the AI race for you and just be like normal AI racing for you. And now it's, I don't think we've got anything. But it's making a comeback. And they're saying that it learns how you drive, and so that sort of an AI representative of yourself then races while you're not playing the game. And also while you're racing in career mode, there are other AI which are custom to your friends list, and will behave differently as to how your friends race. Now, they made it look like you're going to be racing against AI which are just like your friends. So if your friend crashes into all the other AIs while he races in his career mode, then his driver tar, while it's in your race, will crash into everyone. Now, I think if that was the case, then his driver tar maybe was a bit more likely to make a mistake, which is like programmed into the game. You always, like every now and then in a race in Forza 4, you might see an AI car veer off the track accidentally. It's a rarity, and I think it would be pretty much the same thing, just got a different sort of title in Forza 5. I think that people can see this as sort of some sort of advanced AI, but I think really what it is just a bit more of a customised AI. Hopefully it might be able to incorporate a bit of technique in there, and maybe we might see a bit more of a difficult AI, but it's far too early to tell, and we don't know what it's going to actually be like until people get hands-on and we can find out. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the launch day bonus car pack, which is apparently 4 tuned cars with custom tunes to the maximum of the car class that they come in from the manufacturer. So say like the Mustang Shelby GT500 2010 on Forza 4 is a B class, so you get that with up to maximum B class. It's a bit like that. But this is a day one DLC feature, so you get 4 tuned cars which you can use straight out your garage straight away, so you don't have to buy them in game, and they're going to be, we don't know which cars they're going to be yet, but apparently they're going to have custom liveries on them as well. So it's a bit like Forza 3. If you pre-ordered that, you got a R8 with a custom livery. It's a bit like that. So I'm not sure if they're going to be actual DLC cars or cars that are already within the game and you're just getting custom versions. So it's a bit unclear. We don't know for certain yet. I think it's going to be DLC cars, but we're not sure. There's also been a confirmation of open wheel race cars, which is very cool to see open wheel races in there. You know, we're talking Formula 1, Formula 3. We could see Caterhams. We don't know what sort of open wheel race cars, but you know, that's really cool. Open wheel race cars. That's very nice. This new smart matchmaking and dedicated servers. So the online modes are getting a bit of a revamp with the new features of Xbox One. When the Xbox One was revealed, they revealed that they've bought lots and lots of servers, and this basically means that I think games are being able to use those servers as dedicated servers, seeing as there's so many for the new Xbox Live. So it looks like we're going to get dedicated servers on Forza, which is fantastic, and also smart matchmaking, so that we get people that are of a similar skill level to us, which is always going to be fun. Now in the video we also got some very limited looks at damage. The crumpling of the cars looks a bit more realistic, but it's far too early to tell, and the tiny little glimpses that we got of damage was nothing really, and you can't really tell the extent of damage in the game from that. But it looks promising. The crumples look a lot more realistic than just like the scratching that we got in Forza 4, and some of the cars in Forza 4 just act like tin cans, so hopefully they've improved on that. Okay, tyre debris, possible car debris, and also in the video we saw the cars with bits of tyre marks on the front of the car, where you know, bits of tyre have flown off of other cars and sort of landed on the front bumper of the car behind them, and you can see that that's happened. And I think that's a really, really cool feature. Just adding little details like that is what makes a game a bit more special. So it's always good to see that. Okay, the next thing is also the tyre debris. So that means we might get a bit of you know, tyre degradation where some of the tyre is left offline. So on the racing line the track would be nice and clean, but if you went offline your tyres get dirty and things, and it affects your grip levels, so that's very interesting. We got to see Forza Vista, and we can see detail like never before. There's serious detail in the cars. So like Dan was talking about 3 levels in the paint that you can see, and the fact that sometimes you might be able to see an imperfection in the metallic paints, and it's just mind-boggling that they can achieve that, especially compared to Forza 4, where they were just, you know, they were talking about how there's holes in the brake discs, which is like, okay, you put a hole in a brake disc. Compared to now, that's nothing, which is a huge leap. They were also talking about fast and fair online playing. Not sure what this means. Perhaps they're revamping the way that they sort out cheating and corner cutting on the game. It's obviously a big issue, and nobody likes anyone to be corner cutting when they're racing online, but everyone's also sick and tired of the sticky patches that are just randomly on some of the tracks, and it irritates people when they go offline. They hit a sticky patch accidentally and it ruins their race. So perhaps they might be able to get some sort of penalty system or something coming in instead, but we don't know. There's just a ever so small hint at that. Rivals mode is back, that's confirmed. They're saying they're going to revamp Rivals mode, but I doubt that it's going to change much. Also the Top Gear features are back, not just Jeremy Clarkson this time. They said that Stig's digital cousin is going to set challenges, which is fun, and also James May and Richard Hammond are going to make an appearance as well, so that's going to be cool. Apparently they're scanning tracks with lasers as well, so when they scan a track and have it featured in the game, obviously they've used lasers to find out where all the bumps are and stuff, which is really cool. Hopefully they'll get some really accurate track widths and things, and if they revamped a lot of the tracks, then that would be really nice. Hopefully we get the new Silverstone finally. Okay, there's also a hint at a new Thrustmaster Wheel, which they're now using at E3, so right as I'm speaking right now there's probably someone playing with this new Thrustmaster Wheel, but it's apparently an unfinished product, and the wheel that they've got at E3 is not representative of the final thing. So there will be a wheel launching with the new Xbox One for you to play Forza 5 on, and no doubt that it's going to have force feedback. Dan said it's very powerful as he was using it, so obviously it's force feedback wheel, and it should be pretty good. Thrustmaster are a really good company, and the fact that they're getting involved on Xboxes and not just PlayStation now is a good feature, and be looking forward to seeing more of the Thrustmaster wheel. We also got confirmed that Prague is the location that we've been seeing. Every Forza has had, Forza 3, Forza 4 and now Forza 5. I say every Forza, but it's from Forza 3. Each one has had a custom race circuit that is unique to that game, and they sort of feature the game on that circuit. So Forza 3 was Camino Viejo, and that was like a Spanish mountain track. In Forza 4 it was the Bernese Alps, which is track based on the Alps, and on this one it's one based in Prague, and it's very cool. You can see all the tram line electrical stuff going over the top. It looks really, really nice. But yeah, now you know where that is. People have also been discussing that there is USB compatibility when it comes to the Xbox One, so you'd be able to get USB powered controllers, not just battery powered. This means that you'd be able to plug a USB controller into the Xbox One, and people are speculating that possibly you'd be able to plug in your Fanatec into that. Now, if Fanatec were to release a new firmware update for their wheel, because it's a universal wheel, it's not just for the Xbox, so the firmware is so that it can work on an Xbox. So they, if they were to release a firmware that makes it work on an Xbox One, then possibly you could see old Fanatecs being used on the Xbox One, which is pretty cool. It could mean that we get some good bargains on 900-degree wheels. But that's completely speculation. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, whether that will work. We've also found out that every single car in the game will be able to be viewed in the Forza Vista, which is their new word for Auto Vista, which is really cool. And I think that basically shows that the level of detail is not just on Auto Vista level in Auto Vista, it's on that level throughout the game. I think that shows that every car is of Auto Vista level of detail, which is mind-boggling, really. Okay, the last thing is a interesting video, which is apparently of Turn10 recording a Mustang with a NASCAR engine in it. Now, this could be just to get the sound of a NASCAR, which is either confirming that NASCARs are in the game, which is pretty likely, or is confirming that a NASCAR-powered Mustang will be in the game. Not really sure. It's pretty cool to see that Turn10 are recording new sounds for the game, and but also I'm not 100% sure that it is actually Turn10 recording the sounds, so take it with a pinch of salt. Anyway, that's everything I've learnt today about the new Forza 5 coming out. This channel will be a source for you guys to see everything that you want to see about Forza 5. I'm going to be hot on the news delivering it as quick as I can to you guys, and hopefully so much as I can, so that you guys can get the absolute up-to-date info on Forza 5. So be sure to subscribe so that you can get everything installed just through me. Anyway, I'll leave some links in the description to various sources and places that you can get more information. Anyway, this has been Edmod, and thank you for watching.